Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, we had 3 stories lined up for you, but in the last few minutes, we've had a breaking development. A TV anchor called Kapil Sharma, a reality TV host, has been targeted. His cafe has been targeted in Canada as Khalistanis open fire. So we have exclusive details of the attackers, the video itself coming in as Khalistanis who are also on India's most wanted list, claim responsibility for the attack on Kapil Sharma's cafe. We have some breaking news updates coming in on that, and we have details. Last evening on the show, on This Is Exclusive, we brought you details of the Jaguar. Families of pilots are today openly asking questions on the Jaguar fleet. On the show tonight, here are the headlines. Khalistani terrorists target Kapil Sharma's cafe in Canada, open fire, shoot the video and leave a message. One of India's most wanted terrorists claims it was him behind the attack. Harjeet Singh Laddi, a BKI operative on India's most wanted list, claims it was his firing in Canada. One of India's biggest crackdowns has begun on betting apps. Biggest names, both from Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood, cricketers, also under scanner. Enforcement Directorate note says generations are being ruined by betting apps operating in India. 27,000 crore evaded in taxes by betting apps. Those who promote these betting apps, including cricketers, actors, now under scanner, likely to be quizzed. Families of the pilots killed in Jaguar crashes speak to Republic. They can't believe it's happening despite reports, red flags, warnings year after year. Starting with the big breaking news update, the video that we got in our newsrooms a few minutes back of the attack on television anchor, reality show anchor Kapil Sharma, whose cafe that's just opened in Canada called Café. There's been a firing incident there. One of the terrorists who opened fire allegedly, reportedly, has shot that video, posted it on Facebook and different social media handles. This is Kapil Sharma's newly inaugurated restaurant called Café, which has been targeted in Surrey, in British Canada. Last evening, Harjeet Singh Laddi is a BKI operative. He's on NIA's most wanted list. He's one of India's most wanted terrorists. He has claimed this shootout, not really shootout, it's a shooting, citing a few remarks that have been made on Kapil Sharma's show. And we have the details. In fact, there's also a post that was put out. I have Daniel Boardman. Daniel Boardman is a Canadian journalist who is joining me on the show. He's single-handedly taken on Khalistanis on Canadian soil. Now, Daniel, I have a post with me. And I have the post here and it's so surprising. This guy who's claimed the attack, his name is Harjeet Singh Laddi. He's a BKI operative. That's a terror group. On India's most wanted list, on the NIA's most wanted list in India. And he has said in a post that today, the 9th of July, in Surrey, Canada, Kapil Sharma's Café was targeted. And he says in an episode of Kapil Sharma's comedy show, The Kapil Sharma Show, a character made a few remarks about the dressing and the behavior of Nihang Sikhs. These remarks were considered as hurtful to the religious sentiments of the Nihang Sikhs. It's a mockery of the Sikh spiritual traditions and the dignity of the Nihangs. No religion or spiritual identity can be made fun of in the guise of comedy. They've added, terrorists. Look at this. Terrorists are opening fire. Terrorists are putting out the videos. Terrorists are putting out posts on social media. And terrorists are also saying that we tried to contact Kapil Sharma's manager by calling him several times, but there was no response. All our calls were ignored. If Kapil Sharma doesn't apologize publicly, they are warning of further action to come. Daniel Bodman, as a Canadian journalist, now I'm a journalist sitting in India, but I'm horrified that if terrorists, designated terrorists by India, are doing this on Canadian soil, who's allowing this to happen and how is this happening on the streets of Canada?
Yeah, I mean, who's allowing it? That's a very good question. I mean, we're dealing with an entire permissive society that's been allowing a lot of this to happen and get to this point. I mean, the only reason we're getting to this point is because there's been a surge, a wave of religious and extremist violence in the country. You know, you could say starting from the 2015 under Justin Trudeau, but really, really picking up after October 7th, because, you know, we've seen many synagogues and Jewish day schools shot at and firebombed as well. So it's not too surprising that the Khalistanis would then escalate to the point where they're now shooting at restaurants and taking responsibility for it. I think ultimately this is going to fall on Mark Carney all the way to the top. This is his first major test with the Khalistani menace. This is the first like blazing Khalistani attack. Remember the Barbar Khalsa? It's a listed terrorist organization in India, but it's also a listed terrorist organization in Canada. It was behind the Air India Flight 182 bombing, as well as the other bomb that was exploded early in Japan. So they killed 331 people in 1985. This is a serious incident here, and these people are so brazen that they're actually taking responsibility for the attack. This is outright terrorist behavior. So this is the first, like, I'd say terrorist attack under Mark Carney's watch, and this will be a great determinant for what is the RCMP going to do, because I believe Surrey falls under RCMP control still. They're trying to find their own police. So this is going to go federal, and the federal government and the provincial government will be responsible here. We will see if they will try and blame each other instead of actually trying to do what they need to do. But this is a very dangerous trend of escalating violence in Canada on all sides. If they're allowed to get away with this attack and there's no consequences, things are going to get much, much worse. And I snicker when they say, you know, no religious sentiment should be heard, and they're defending all religions. If you ever talk to these people for 2 seconds about Khalistan, and then you ask them about, okay, you're pro-Khalistan, but you seem to be very, very mad at the concept of Hindu nationalism. You ask them this question, instantly there's an entire rant on how terrible Hinduism and Hindus are, and they'll just go off, on a 5-minute rant of pure religious hatred for other religions. They're also, I mean, as they're Pakistani back, they also have huge problems with the Jews. I mean, if you go to the comment section on my social media, if I repost this interview, you can see a horde of Khalistanis who will claim in one breath to uphold the sanctity of religion, and then they'll be like, here's why Hitler was right about the Jews and why we need religious violence in the second sentence. So this is a major test for Mark Carney. It's 6:40 in the morning in BC. So this really hasn't hit Surrey. Surrey and British Columbia hasn't woken up yet. So within the next few hours, this story will start to circulate out west on the Canadian West Coast. And then we will see if the RCMP chooses to take this seriously or issue a statement of, we're aware of the incident and we're monitoring the situation. That will be the big test. But this is the first major test of extremism and terrorism for the new Prime Minister, Mark Carney. He so far has put out an image that he's better than Justin Trudeau on this issue. He softened, his cabinet doesn't have it as many radicals. He invited Modi to the G7. He's trying to work towards reestablishing a relation with India, and this is going to be the first major test that India is going to see vis-a-vis new Canada-India relations. Is Mark Carney a trusted character where if there's an actual legitimate terrorist threat and people promoting violence, as CSIS has said, violence plotting against India. Well, here you have an incident where people are part of a listed terrorist organization taking responsibility for violence, a shooting up of a cafe in a country where
Yeah.
you're not allowed to open carry firearms. So we will see. We will see if Mark Carney's serious about counterterrorism now.
Yeah, I'm getting in a breaking news update on the same story. Stay with me, Daniel. I want to bring our viewers the update that I'm getting into our newsroom right now. I'm coming back to you in just a few seconds. The attack on Kapil Sharma's cafe was aimed. Now, these are sources telling Republic that the firing may be linked to an extortion attempt by Khalistanis. Harjeet, the attacker, Harjeet Singh Laddi, that is known Khalistani radical, and he has been targeting Hindu leaders for a long time. So we're getting in more details of the BKI, the Babbar Khalsa operative, who's believed to be behind this attack. He has conspired to kill VHP leaders in the past, as early or as late as in 2024. He's absconding since the attack, and he's believed to be operating from Germany. NIA has declared a bounty of 10 lakh rupees on him. We have details of the ad that was also put out. He's considered the right-hand man of Babbar Khalsa International Chief Wadwa Singh Babbar, and they operate from Pakistan at the behest of Pakistan ISI. Khalistanis have been hand in glove with the ISI for many, many years, as proven through reporting by Republic in the last few years. Daniel, shortly, my short question to you. You've reported from the streets, I've seen your reporting from some of these situations where Khalistanis are on the streets. Many times we've seen that they are in alliance with Pakistani elements, right? Have you been able to also establish that in Canada?
Well, I mean, yeah, the links. I mean, there's different ways to establish it. I mean, if you look at sort of the geopolitical leanings of them, I mean, you also have. I mean, during Operation Sindoor, I mean, their leader Panoon and Sikhs for Justice, which the Sikhs for Justice people, that's the crew that does full out lead the street protests. So if you go, there's a group of like 2 to 3 dozen hardcore Khalistanis, Sikhs for Justice line, and they'll be in Ontario. I've seen them in Calgary, I've seen them in British Columbia. They're sort of the hardcores that keep that, and they've come up to me and talked to me. They're part of Sikhs for Justice, and Panoon was openly trying to recruit Sikhs to share intelligence with Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. So it is pretty clear. I mean, you saw none of these people said a word when Pakistan was firing missiles at the Golden Temple, which they allegedly find holy. So they're upset about Operation Blue Star, and there are reasons to be upset there on all sides, sure. But they undermine their case significantly when they're perfectly fine with Pakistan firing missiles at the place haphazardly. So their politics fully align with Pakistan. There have been multiple videos from different parts of the world where Khalistanis will fly the Pakistani flag. And if Indians will be very familiar with the sort of K2 strategy, the Khalistan and Kashmir, you will find Khalistanis along with the Kashmir protests. I mean, I saw this back in 2019. Back in 2019, when Article 370 was instituted, you saw a group of Khalistanis outside the Pakistani embassy in Toronto waving their flags, chanting Allahu Akbar, and in solidarity with a free Kashmir. So I don't know why they need to go to the Pakistani embassy for Article 370 and all that, unless they have some link to the Pakistani ISI.
Daniel, thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive. Hearing that many sections of the Canadian media are also not reporting it yet, because British Columbia is yet to wake up and see what's just happened there. Republic way ahead on that story. Thank you for joining us, Daniel. Moving on to the next big exclusive on the show this evening. There is a betting scandal, and the Enforcement Directorate is probing the betting scandal, which involves promotion by cricketers, celebrities, and I'm getting in some more breaking news updates on the show right now as we speak. I'm cutting across live to the pictures coming in of the tribute being paid to the pilots who lost their lives in the Jaguar crash in Churu, Rajasthan. And these are pictures coming in of the tribute being paid to the young pilots who were on board the Jaguar flight It's the third crash in 4 months, and the pilots who lost their lives. There are tributes being paid to these pilots as we speak. Here's a report. As we bring you those pictures, we will come back to those pictures with a full report of what the families of these pilots included are saying about the aging Jaguar fleet, which has reported at least 3 crashes in the last 4 months. Cutting across to those pictures, we're staying with those pictures. Two Indian Air Force pilots killed in the Jaguar fighter crash in Rajasthan's Churu on Wednesday. One of the pilots on board was Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj Singh, just 23 years old. A 23-year-old pilot was on board along with squadron leader Lokendra Singh Sindhu, who was 31 years old. Squadron leader Sindhu was from Haryana's Rohtak. Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj Singh from Pali in Rajasthan, where the family is paying its tribute, the nation saluting. This is Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj's last rites being conducted in his hometown of Pali in Rajasthan. The twin-seater fighter jet went down near the Banora village in Churu district, while both these pilots, squadron leader Sindhu, squadron leader Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj Singh, were on a routine training mission. The IAF has announced that a court of inquiry has been ordered to find out what led to the crash. Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj Singh was aboard the Jaguar trainer aircraft, and he was just 23 years old. These are pictures coming in from Churu, Rajasthan. A very bright Air Force officer, his career had just begun. Pictures of the tribute being paid to Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj Singh. The fighter jet that they were flying, the Jaguar, crashed over an agricultural field near Banoda village on Wednesday at around 1:25 p.m. The Indian Air Force has said in a statement that no damage to any civil property was reported. The pilot, according to eyewitnesses, according to reports, tried his best to protect the village. Tribute to Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj Singh from Rajasthan's Pali, where the final rites are taking place. His career had only just begun. Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj Singh was just 23 years old. He was selected in the NDA in the first attempt. The family of Rishi Raj Singh there, remembering him as a very, very bright, a good-natured, a good brother, a great officer, all of just 23 years old. He was on board the Jaguar fighter jet along with 32-year-old squadron leader Lokendra Singh Sindhu, who hailed from Keri Sad village in Haryana's Rohtak. Tonight, here's what the families are saying of the pilots as we reach an inflection point on the Jaguar that these pilots were commanding. Here's the story of what the families are saying tonight. Just 23 years old, that was Flight Lieutenant Rishi Raj, tributes being paid by the Indian Air Force and the entire village at Pali in Rajasthan that came out to salute their son, just 23 years old. We have a story that's lined up for you, but the family of the pilots are now raising questions on why the Jaguar is still being used. 3 crashes this year alone. We leave you with that thought. Thanks for watching. This is Exclusive.
इसमें कहा मेरे से जो है स्पेशल लिखा है इसमें कहा लिखा दिल्ली कोच के इसके खिलाफ नदीम के साथ जीरो एफआईआर कराऊंगा सारे को सड़क पर घसीट के लाऊंगा। क्या समझता है ये तो सर और किसी पे नहीं लिखा, ये किसी पे भी नहीं लिखा। बोला तो हमने बोला हम इसमें लिखा है बोला और ये करने क्या आए हो आते क्यों यहाँ पर फिर वो बोला तुम्हें जात दिखाऊंगा जाओगे कैसे? हमारे साथ ये सारे खड़े थे मैंने पता है क्या करा, मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ छोटा सा, मैंने उसकी फोटो ली, मैं दिखा रहा हूँ 2 मिनट आपको सारी चीजें दिखा रहा हूँ सब कुछ। 1 मिनट रुको, मैंने इसकी फोटो ली, हम दिल्ली भेजी, मैंने कहा ये आदमी ये है, तो तुरंत वहां से मेरे को आया फोन कि इसका नाम नदीम है। मैंने कहा भैया नदीम, तो कह रहा है यस। मैंने कहा 3 मिनट में अगर तेरा नाम पता कर सकता हूँ तो तेरी क्या बिगाड़ सकता हूँ, तो ये तेरे को बता। अच्छा नहीं कहाँ जाएंगे नहीं चाहता, मैं उसको थोड़ी रोक सकता हूँ, वो जाएगा। कोई नहीं जा रहा है, कोई नहीं जा रहा है, यहाँ से कोई नहीं जा रहा है। ये बताओ हमारा मूव फ्लाइट करना है कल, हमारा निकल गया, कोई जिसको करना है बाकी लोग कहाँ जाएंगे, बाकी लोग कहाँ जाएंगे, कौन जाएगा? हमारे को भी ठीक है।
आपका जो कॉल है वो आपका जो है वो स्पाइस जेट के साथ इंडिगो के साथ हमारा नहीं है, टाइम दे रहा है। हमारी व्यवस्था करवाओ ना सर।
हमें भाई बदले फ्लैट चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए, हमें जाना है बस। फ्लाइट ही चाहिए, हमें कुछ नहीं चाहिए, हमें हाँ ना। अगर वेदर कंडीशन के अलावा फ्लाइट कैंसिल होती है ना तो फ्लाइट सेट पे वो पॉलिसी चाहिए हमें देखने के लिए, वो पॉलिसी दिखाना एक्सेप्ट वेदर कंडीशन।
उसकी वीडियो और बनाइएगा।
मुझे पहले होटल बोला होता ना, मैं आपको सीधे मैं आपको होटल।
अरे आप बात कीजिए ना, फ्लाइट करो।
अगर मेरी इजी नहीं है, टैक्सी नहीं मिल पाएगा मेरे को, अरे मेरे को टैक्सी नहीं मिलेगा।
मैं होटल में नहीं जा पाऊंगा अगर हमें रहने का अरे यार बंदा कहाँ जाएगा उधर आ जाओ उधर 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 चलो 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 मैं जाता जल्दी काट के दोबारा बढ़ा
इसमें कहा मेरे से जो है स्पेशल लिखा है इसमें कहा लिखा जीरो एफआईआर कराऊंगा सड़क पर घसीट के लाऊंगा क्या समझता है ये किसी पे भी नहीं लिखा बोला ये करने क्या आए हो आते क्यों यहाँ पर वो बोला फिर वो बोला तुम्हें जात दिखाऊंगा जाओगे कैसे हमारे साथ ये सारे खड़े थे मैंने बताया क्या करा मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ छोटा सा मैंने उसकी फोटो ली मैं दिखा रहा हूँ 2 मिनट आपको सारी चीजें दिखा रहा हूँ सब कुछ 1 मिनट रुको मैंने इसकी फोटो ली हम दिल्ली भेजी मैंने कहा ये आदमी ये है तो तुरंत वहां से मेरे को आया फोन कि इसका नाम नदीम है मैंने कहा भैया नदीम तो कह रहा यस मैंने कहा 3 मिनट में अगर तेरा नाम पता कर सकता हूँ तो तेरी क्या बिगाड़ सकता हूँ उसको ये नहीं तेरे को पता
अच्छा नहीं कहाँ जाएंगे नहीं हम यहाँ से नहीं चाहता मैं उसको थोड़ी रोक सकता हूँ वो जाएगा कोई नहीं जा रहा है कोई नहीं जाएगा यहाँ से कोई नहीं जा रहा है ये बताओ हमारा मूव फ्लाइट करना है कल हमारा निकल गया कोई जिसको करना है बाकी लोग कहाँ जाएंगे बाकी लोग कहाँ जाएंगे कौन जाएगा हमारे को भी ठीक है
आपका जो कॉल है वो आपका जो है वो स्पाई सेट के साथ इंडिको के साथ हमारा टाइम नहीं है टाइम दे रहा है हमारी व्यवस्था करो
हमें भाई बदले फ्लैट चाहिए और कुछ नहीं चाहिए हमें जाना है बस हमें कुछ नहीं चाहिए हाँ ना
अगर वेदर कंडीशन के अलावा फ्लाइट कैंसिल होती है ना तो फ्लाइट सेट में वो पॉलिसी चाहिए हमें देखने के लिए वो पॉलिसी दिखाना एक्सेप्ट वेदर कंडीशन
उसकी वीडियो और बनाइएगा
अगर मुझे पहले होटल बोला होता ना मैं आपको मैं आपको होटल अरे आप बात कीजिए ना आप समझ ही नहीं रहे हो इजी नहीं है टैक्सी नहीं मिल पाएगा मेरे को अरे मेरे को टैक्सी नहीं मिलेगा मैं होटल में नहीं जा पाऊंगा अगर हमें रहने का अरे यार बंदा कहाँ जाएगा आप ये बताओ ना कहाँ जाएगा रात में रुक नहीं सकता है ये खुद नहीं देखना क्या होता है यार
From his smartphones to his smart television, trending stories are breaking the internet. First up, comedian Kapil Sharma's newly opened cafe has come under fire literally after unknown men fired shots at it. It happened just a while back and we'll get you the shocking visuals from the spot. Shubhanshu Shukla's cosmic mission has been extended by just a few days. We will speak to his sister on this. And also, Donald Trump has triggered outrage once again with the racist and insensitive remarks Back in India, Udaipur Files is under fire, both facing both the censorship and the courts. And lastly, southern celebrities and social media influencers are under the scanner in the betting app case. This is trending. I'm Akanksha Khajuria. Let's get started. In fact, we have breaking news coming in as far as the movie Udaipur File is concerned. Remember, it is based on Tailor Kanhaiya Kumar, who, remember, was murdered in Rajasthan just few years back, and it is based on his life. It was to release tomorrow, that is on July 11th. But now what we're learning so far is that Delhi High Court has put the hold on the screening of this movie and its release as well. So this is the big breaking news that we are getting for you as far as this entire case is concerned. The petitioners had moved the court seeking a ban on this film and also a hold on its screening as well. But just a day before its release, now Delhi High Court has stayed the screening of Udaipur Files. Court has said, and I quote, till grant of interim relief, there shall be a stay on the film's release, is what has been said as far as this case is concerned. So this is a major setback for the directors of this film, as now there will be no screening. It was all set to be released tomorrow, but it could not be because a stay has been imposed by the Delhi High Court. Well, this is as far as the release of Udaipur Files is concerned. The court also went on to say, we provide that till the application for interim relief, if made by petitioner along with the revision petition, is decided by the government, release of the film shall remain stayed. So this is what the court has noted while staying the screening of the Udaipur File, that till the application about the interim relief is that has been filed by the petitioner along with the revision petition is decided by the government, there could be no release of the film Udaipur File. Remember, it was made on the cold-blooded murder of Tailor Kanhaiya Kumar just a few years back. There was a lot of outrage in fact, Rajasthan, and now what we are learning is that screening of the movie has been put on hold. Let me go across to the elder son of Kanhaiya Lal. Yash is joining us live on the broadcast with more details. Yash, हमें पता चल रहा है कि उदयपुर फाइल्स जो है, जो आपके फादर के ऊपर बनाई गई थी, अब वो रिलीज नहीं हो पाएगी. आपका पहला रिएक्शन?
जी मैम, नमस्ते. पहले तो मैम आपका ये जो इस चीज में मैं क्या ही बोलूं मैम, कि 3 साल हो गए मैम मेरे पिताजी के केस को चलते हुए, है ना मैम. 3 साल हो गए केस को चलते हुए, और है ना उसका कोई डिसीजन नहीं आता है ना. 3 साल में अभी तक मुजरिमों को फांसी की सजा नहीं मिलती है ना. और एक पिटीशन जो कि परसों के दिन या तरसों के दिन डाली गई कोर्ट में, उसका एक दिन में डिसीजन आ गया कि मूवी पे रोक लगता है. मैम क्या कहना चाहूंगा मैं देश में.
एब्सोल्युटली. अब आपकी क्या दरखास्त रहेगी गवर्नमेंट से, क्योंकि जब तक वो इंटरिम एप्लीकेशन रिव्यू नहीं होती है, उस पर कोई ऑर्डर नहीं आता है, ये मूवी रिलीज नहीं हो सकती है. यश जी,
मैं वही चीज तो कह रहा हूं मैं, कि मतलब इस देश में क्या हो रहा है ये, कि मतलब 3 साल से एक वीडियो एक केस चल रहा है. ठीक है, 3 साल से केस चल रहा है, इसमें 28 जून 2022 को मेरे पिताजी को मार दिया गया था, है ना. उसके अंदर 3 साल से कोई संज्ञान नहीं लिया जाता है केस में, जबकि मुजरिमों ने खुद वीडियो बना के डाला था. और जस्ट एक मूवी जो कि एक मूवी आती है जिससे कि इनका पूरा समाज डर के एक कोर्ट में पिटीशन डाल देता है, उसी में एक ही दिन में संज्ञान आ जाता है कि मूवी को रोका जाता है. मतलब क्या चल रहा है देश में.
जी, हमें पता चल रहा है कि मोहम्मद जावेद करके जो पिटिशनर्स हैं, उन्होंने ये पिटिशन डाली थी और वो 8 एक्यूज भी है इस केस पे. उनका कहना है कि ट्रायल अभी चल रहा है और ट्रायल के चलते हुए ये मूवी कैसे रिलीज होती है. उनकी इस पिटिशन पे ये ऑर्डर दिया गया है, क्या कहेंगे?
तो मैम पहले बात तो कि वो एक्यूज है ना, वो उन अपराधियों में से एक है जिन्होंने मेरे पिता की हत्या में शामिल थे. पहले तो उसकी बेल ही नहीं होनी चाहिए थी, और अगर उसकी बेल हुई है तो वो उसका कोई क्या कहते हैं, कोई ऐसा वो लाइबल नहीं बनता कि उसको मतलब कोर्ट है ना किसी तरीके से एंटरटेन करे.
जी. So, in fact, this is a breaking news that we're getting for you. Udaipur Files will not be releasing. Thank you so much, यश जी, हमसे बात करने के लिए और अपना पॉइंट आगे रखने के लिए इस रिलीज के बारे में. Now shifting our focus, Cap's Café in Canada came under fire as some unknown men fired shots at it. Harjeet Singh Ladhi, a wanted terrorist linked to the banned Khalistani outfit Babbar Khalsa International, listed among India's most wanted by the National Investigation Agency, has claimed responsibility for the attack on this cafe that you can see on the screen. That is the cafe of Kapil Sharma. In a statement, he has cited remarks made by Kapil Sharma as the motive behind the shooting. Look at the shocking visuals on your screen right there. You can see these are the 9 men, in fact, firing shots there on the spot, and that is the Cap's Café in Canada belonging to Kapil Sharma. In fact, just 2 days back, Kapil Sharma had posted on his social media account the footage of his newly opened cafe that you can see on the screen. The cafe opened 7 days ago, and these are the visuals on your screen from 2 days back, which Kapil Sharma had put on his social media. Now moving on, looks like Shubhanshu Shukla and his Axiom 4 crew are going to be space tourists for a bit longer than expected. According to the European Space Agency, their return to Earth has been pushed back by at least 4 days, with their stay on the International Space Station now extending till July 14th or beyond as well. However, ISRO has not officially confirmed the delay so far, but what we're learning so far is that his return from ISS could be delayed. In fact, I'm joined by Shubhanshu Shukla's sister, Suchi Mishra. Thank you so much for speaking to Republic TV. There was a delay, I want to ask you, during the launch as well. Now there's a delay during the return too, is what we're seeing. There's nothing to worry about. There's no technical delay is what we're learning. But what has ISRO or NASA told you about this?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me. We also are waiting for this any concrete information right now, because nothing has been told officially yet. And we are not aware of, we don't think that they had any kind of technical issue or any technical problem over there. They might be having some other issues, maybe weather or something. We are assuming that, but nothing to worry about, I think.
Absolutely. And the entire country is waiting for Shubhanshu Shukla's return. How excited are you for that?
Highly excited, and the day the lift was there, that day we were feeling like a lot of butterflies in the stomach. The same feeling we are having right now, because the same thing that it is that landing and the splashdown is also same crucial as the liftoff. And we are just praying that he's a very good pilot and he'll do it properly.
Absolutely, ma'am. We are also hoping that Shubhanshu Shukla returns soon. Thank you so much for speaking to Republic TV. Now shifting our focus, US President Donald Trump has triggered a fresh global outrage after making a racially insensitive remark to Liberian president during the White House meeting with the African leaders. And fun fact, viewers, English is Liberia's official language. Listen in to what Donald Trump had to say.
We want to work with the United States in peace and security within the region, because we are committed to that. And we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you. And such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully?
And the president, composed and dignified, replied with a smile. I quote, "I was educated in Liberia. Take a look."
Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. That's beautiful English.
Sure.
Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. That's beautiful English.
Sure.
And this incident has sparked a heated debate about cultural insensitivity and colonial perceptions. Many have accused Donald Trump of ignorance and racism, with some pointing out that the comments perpetuate a colonial mindset. Listen in.
Held a meeting with the president of Liberia and put his lack of intelligence and incompetence on full display. So here was Trump praising Liberia's president for speaking such good English. And then he went on to ask the president where he learned to speak such good English, even though English is the official language of Liberia.
And netizens have had enough. Some of the reactions are on your screen. One Twitterati took a humorous dig at Donald Trump, saying that he probably cannot point Liberia on the global map as well, while another user took on Donald Trump, taking a dig at his obvious white supremacy. Have a look. And hot off the plate and straight to your screens, ladies and gentlemen, here are the hot trends of the day. A single photo of Shubman Gill and Sara Tendulkar at the London charity dinner has once again sparked dating rumours and social media frenzy as well. Fans are buzzing with speculations, memes and curiosity over the duo's possible rekindled connection. Elon Musk XAI has just rolled out the latest version of its AI chatbot Grok 4, and it's making waves online. This new iteration has advanced reasoning and human-like intelligence is what we're learning, capable of tackling complex subjects like rocket science. And Musk himself claims Grok 4 is better than PhD, no exceptions.
At least with respect to academic questions, I want to just emphasize this point. With respect to academic questions, Grok 4 is better than PhD level in every subject, no exceptions. Now, this doesn't mean that at times it may lack common sense, and it has not yet invented new technologies or discovered new physics, but that is just a matter of time.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Russian Foreign Minister on Thursday, just days after Donald Trump. Audio leak exposed his frustration with the Russian president for not engaging in peace talks with Ukraine. And NASA is bracing for a significant loss of talent, with at least 20,000 senior ranking employees set to depart amid the budget cuts proposed by the Donald Trump administration. This is potentially spelling trouble for the White House space policy and depriving the agency of decades of experience. Brazilian president is standing firm against US President Donald Trump's decision to impose 50% tariff on all the imports from Brazil. This move has sparked a diplomatic standoff between the two countries, with President condemning the tariffs. In fact, Hawaii's Mount Kilauea has erupted once again on Wednesday, marking its 28th episode, with a vent overflow and mountain initially reaching above 150 feet. There on the screen you can see, while the spectacle draw crowds, a mix of water vapor, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide is creating volcanic gas and air quality concerns. Former President Joe Biden's former White House physician refused to answer questions as part of House Republican investigation into Biden's health in the office. And this has caused a massive uproar on the internet, with one user tweeting that this proves that Biden's brain was an oatmeal. Another demanded the doctor's medical license to be cancelled. A 6-year-old girl has been forced to marry a 45-year-old man in southern Afghanistan after her father sold her for money. The Taliban was reportedly horrified by the situation, so they made a small amendment. This child is now to be sent to her husband's household when she turns 9, as if that makes the situation any better. The semi-finals of the women's single take center stage today at the 2025 Wimbledon Championship. World number 1 tennis player Ariana from Belarus is now facing United States Amanda in a quest for a maiden final berth at the All England Club. And in other news of Wimbledon, Hollywood actor Hugh Grant seemed one tired fan when he was caught napping while watching a game. The sight of the actor sleeping has left the internet into splits. MLA Sanjay Gaikwad on Sunday sparked outrage with controversial remarks targeting South Indians. Gaikwad has now claimed that people from South India run dance bars and ladies bars. Not only that, he has also said that they should not be awarded food supply contracts in the state of Maharashtra. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, this comes days after his Slapgate scandal in Mumbai. The celebrities are in the spotlight once again, but all for the wrong reasons. The Enforcement Directorate has implicated 29 prominent stars, including Vijay Deverakonda, Rana Daggubati and Prakash Raj in connection with the betting app scam. The case originated from an FIR that was filed by the Hyderabad police, and the ED is now scrutinizing the financial transaction and the digital evidence linked to these individuals that you can see on the screen. Many celebrities under scanner. The FIR stated that Rana Daggubati and Prakash Raj were associated with the promotion of Jungli Rummy, Vijay Deverakonda with A23, Machur Lakshmi with YOLO 247, Pranita with Fair Play and Nidhi Agarwal with Jeet Win, and these are the apps that they actually were endorsing. And these stars are in a hot soup as they face charges of fraud, shady gaming promos and digital deception. According to the FIR, the actors and influencers promoted the betting platform via flashy pop-up ads, possibly encouraging the fans to engage in the illegal gambling. So what exactly are the laws of gambling? Although there is a centralized act called the Public Gambling Act 1867, it differs from state to state. According to this law, people cannot be persecuted for gambling or keeping gaming houses and can only be punished if it can be shown that their acts cause common injury, danger and annoyance to the public. Now shifting our focus to Gurugram, often referred to as India's Millennium City, was anything but modern on Wednesday night as relentless rain left roads submerged and traffic at the standstill. By Thursday morning, Gurugram recorded 133 mm of rainfall, turning key areas into waterlogged chaos. Viewers, this comes after Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini has announced that in March, an urban drainage fund with 100 crore will be set up to improve the drainage infra in all the cities of Haryana. This dedicated fund was supposed to launch projects to ensure sustainable flood management and protect the city from the disasters as well. But the plan now seems to be washed away along with the roads. These conditions have frustrated residents, and rightfully so. They are demanding where their money went. One user said on social media that now it seems like the city administration just cannot get the cleaning done, leading to these waterlogged streets. Another said that city needs to have drainage system in the first place in order to clean them. A different user, on your screen you can say, took to social media and said that this is in fact the result of the urban planning by talented and honest people. And this is all we could pack for you in the Bulletin of Trending. We'll be back tomorrow with more such stories. Till then, keep watching Republic TV. Coming up next is the debate with Arnab Goswami. Good night.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
I don't know. We get a lot of thrown at us by Putin, for you want to know the truth. He's very nice all the time, but it turns out to be meaningless.
Donald Trump hurled abusive language at Putin after his cabinet meeting. He defended the supply of arms to Zelensky. Hours later, Putin moved into fifth gear, pounding. Russia pounded Ukraine's capital with another mass missile and drone attack overnight into Thursday, causing fires in areas across the city and killing at least 2 people and injuring 13, a day after the heaviest aerial attack of the 3-year war so far, according to Ukrainian officials. Thousands of people spent their night in a metro station hiding from the Russian attack. On Thursday, 10th July, loud explosions continued to be heard in the Ukrainian capital, with air raid sirens sounding across the city. More than 1,000 people, including 70 children, crammed into the Polytechnic Institute metro station. People, families sleeping inside the metro station and on the platform.
Зараз відбувається, власне, атака ракетна, шахедна, балістична Росії на Київ. На Україну, зокрема, на Київ. Тому спустилися в метро, щоб не слухати це все вдома, трошки захистити себе і збільшити свої шанси на виживання.
Damage after Russian attack on residential building.
Я якраз, коли це все трапилося, я була у вітальні, виходить, якраз там, де балкон був. Я була біля балкону, біля вікна і бачила, що йде бабуся, і я почула свист. З двох боків такий свист, от знаєте, я зрозуміла, що це до мене летить. Я побігла одразу до цієї стіни і, мабуть, це мене врятувало, тому що одразу полетіли осколки дуже багато, вікна, тюлі, все полетіло. І якби я просто в кроваті лежала в ліжку, мабуть, мене б накрило повністю і склом, і все. А те, що я була просто на ногах, це мене врятувало, що я просто встала з ліжка і почала ходити. А так, бачите самі, що...
Within the day, the number of air targets totaled 741, and most of the incoming targets had been intercepted, Zelensky said. The strike target had been achieved, with all established targets destroyed, the ministry said. Russia drone attack on Ukraine came just hours after U.S. President Donald Trump pledged more.
This is Republic Jack Olival Studio. Stay tuned for all the live and breaking news updates. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar. Let's get started. Big setback to Indie bloc. Top court refuses to stay EC's voter list revision in Bihar. Self-styled godman and prime accused of 100 crore conversion racket Changur Baba grilled by the UPATS. ED seeks details of Baba's assets. Bulldozer action against illegal conversion racket continues. Kingpin Jamaluddin alias Changur Baba's illegal residence completely demolished today. ED files case against 29 actors including Prakash Raj, Vijay Deverakonda and Rana Daggubati in the betting app scam case in Hyderabad.
Gunshots at Kapil Sharma's new cafe in Canada. Babbar Khalsa claims responsibility for the firing. End the free run to Khalistanis. Time for Canada to act.
UPATS to interrogate Changur Baba and his girlfriend. Honey trapping, foreign funding, and mass conversion. Mega bulldozer action on mega conversion racket. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
The reason we've launched the Nationalist Collective is because we believe it is time now for a group of ideologically driven Indians to drive the destiny of our country. For far too long, people who have had interests inimical to national interest have held sway. We need to put nationalism first, nation first. The Nationalist Collective is a very clear and sharp movement, presents the spirit of a new India, which stands by what is right, does what is right, and raises its voice for what is right. Remember, this country is safe only if it is in the hands of nationalists. This country will grow only if nation first becomes our principal motto, where the only ism that matters is nationalism. Join the Nationalist Collective. It is going to be the largest non-political movement in this country.
UPATS to interrogate Changur Baba and his girlfriend. Honey trapping, foreign funding, and mass conversion. Mega bulldozer action on mega conversion racket. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
On the show tonight, the story nobody wants to talk about. The film called Udaipur Files on the barbaric beheading of Kanhaiya Lal and why it's peeving a section of the pseudo-secularity in our country. At 8:30 tonight, a lesson that Canada never seems to learn. We have had a shooting by the Babbar Khalsa taking responsibility for a shootout on Kapil Sharma comedian's new cafe in Canada. At 9 o'clock tonight, the stories start getting bigger and bigger. The UP anti-terror squad gets hold of self-styled fraud godman Changur Baba, who was running off with a mega conversion scam, making hundreds of crores by trying to convert Hindus into Islam. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a very hot news Thursday. And the big story this evening is that the Delhi High Court has just put what is being seen to be a temporary hold. Temporary, I want to underline the word temporary. Temporary halt on the release of the movie Udaipur Files. The movie Udaipur Files is based on the beheading of tailor Kanhaiya Lal's, his beheading and murder in Udaipur in the aftermath of the Nupur Sharma controversy, where Nupur Sharma made some comments on a private news channel, and in the outrage that followed, many people made comments. One was Kanhaiya Lal, and the jihadis beheaded him. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Supreme Court yesterday, it was Javed, one of the accused of the beheading, who filed a petition, and there are they, the killers, bragging about the killing on tape, showing the weapon through which the beheading happened. And shockingly, it was one of the accused who files a petition in the Supreme Court demanding a stay on the release of the film, saying it's going to impact the judgment in my case. So these people are using our legal system. They may say they have a right to, but they are using our legal system to stop the release of a film. The Javed, one of the accused, filed a petition in the Supreme Court. Of course, it was someone else, Jamiat Ulema-e-Hind President Maulana Arshad Madni, who went to the Delhi High Court to stop the release of the film. Now, my question is, first of all, there is no need for the secularity to celebrate. This incident did happen. The beheading of Kanhaiya Lal did happen. And it must be mentioned that the Delhi High Court did not stay the film for being communal, defamatory or factually inaccurate. The stay was granted only because the petitioner had technically not exhausted the required statutory remedy, namely filing a revision under Section 6 of the Cinematograph Act before the central government. So there is no judicial observation labeling this film inflammatory, hateful or unlawful. So the secularity should stop trying to congratulate themselves that they've stopped the release of the Udaipur Files. The stay is only interim. It is conditional only till the government decides on the revision. So either the central government says, we are we have problems. Either the BJP government says we have problems with the release of this film, then the film will not be released. Otherwise, this film will be released. Using this temporary stay to build a communal or ideological narrative against the film Udaipur Files is not only legally incorrect, it is deliberately deceptive and factually wrong. And now let me come to the moot issue. The moot issue and the question I asked to the secularity, the fraud secularity, the fraud pseudo-secularity is this. Do they have a problem in acknowledging the fact that Kanhaiya Lal was hacked to death in his shop in the Hathipol area of Udaipur by these two men holding this cleaver in their hand for supporting a social media post? The number two accused, Mohammad Riaz and Mohammad Gauss, had made this video and posted it online, sending shockwaves across the country. And this wasn't a heat of the moment beheading. The accused filmed the killing of Kanhaiya Lal, released the video online, ISIS style, and issued further threats. This was a calculated act of terror intended to instill fear and send a message to the nation. Are we now going to pretend it never happened? Are we going to say this never happened? That the beheading of Kanhaiya Lal is not a fact but fiction? Are we going to say it is factually inaccurate to say that jihadis beheaded Kanhaiya Lal? And so those people celebrating the fact this film is not going to be released by a few days must confront the fact that Kanhaiya Lal was killed for a Facebook post. This happened in India. This is the moment of the attack. Parts of it we are not showing, but just imagine this happens in our country. And if the truth about the way Kanhaiya Lal was killed is uncomfortable, maybe that discomfort is the reason this story must be told, not buried. Ladies and gentlemen, the people who want a film made on the Gujarat riots don't want a film released on the Sabarmati Express. They have a problem with the release of the Sabarmati report, the Kerala story and the Kashmir files. But they do not object when the BBC releases a documentary called India, the Modi Question, blaming the Prime Minister for the riots, in which he has been given a clean sheet. This is not the first time, ladies and gentlemen, things like these have happened. And remember this today. Of course, we don't agree with what she said. We don't. And the Supreme Court came down very heavily in Udaipur Sharma saying that she has a loose tongue. And she's single-handedly responsible, according to the court, for what happened in this country. Will the same honorable courts and the honorable judges today say we must not know the true reality cinematically presented of how Kanhaiya Lal was killed? Ladies and gentlemen, everyone can have legal counsels, everyone can have lawyers, but everyone must also have common sense and a conscience. And sometimes when the raw truth is put out, like it is probably put out in the Udaipur Files, I haven't seen the film, we must not hide from that truth. We must not pretend that the truth never happened. We must not run away from the facts. We must instead ask, why do the people who don't want Sabarmati Express, Kashmir Files and Kerala story released, why do they also not want Udaipur Files released now? What, I ask, is common to all these four films and a lot more? That's food for thought. Let's debate.
The gruesome murder of 40-year-old Kanhaiya Lal Sahu in 2022 sent shockwaves across India. The innocent tailor was beheaded at a shop in the busy Hathipol area of Udaipur by two clever-wielding men. Those men who brazenly and arrogantly confessed to the crime publicly. One of the assailants, identified as Riaz, attacked Kanhaiya Lal with a sharp weapon, while the other recorded the crime on his mobile phone. And now, 3 years later, a film called Udaipur Files depicting the ordeal of Kanhaiya Lal has sparked controversy.
चलो शिकायत आई है तुम्हारे खिलाफ। सर हमारी जान को खतरा है, सुरक्षा मिल जाती तो।
Jamaat-ul-Ulema Hind, a body of Islamic clerics, moved Delhi, Maharashtra and Gujarat High Courts seeking a ban on the film's release.
फिल्म जो बन रही है उदयपुर फाइल्स वो बिल्कुल हमारे कंसर्न से ही बन रही है और इसमें जो कुछ दिखाया गया वो बिल्कुल सच है और सच्ची घटना पर आधारित है। हाँ, आप पर जो डायरेक्टर और जो प्रोड्यूसर हैं उनके फ़ोन में बहुत सारे ऐसे मैसेज मैंने खुद ने देखे हैं जिसमें उनको धमकी आई हुई है, उनको बहुत सारी बातें लिखी हुई है उसके अंदर।
इसी जमाने में भारत को सोने की चिड़िया कहा जाता था।
While the Supreme Court refused to entertain a plea seeking a ban on the release of the film,
नबी ने तो कूड़ा फेंकने वाली तक को माफ कर दिया।
the Delhi High Court has ordered a stay on the release of the film till grant of interim relief.
सर हमारी जान को खतरा है, सुरक्षा मिल जाती तो।
The court noted the argument that the theme of a creative work is subjective and open to different interpretations. So it's hard for a court to question the CBFC's expert judgment. The court observed that the petitioner has not used the legal remedies available under the Cinematographic Act, such as approaching the central government.
मस्जिद है ही नहीं और मंदिर है। अगर मंदिर को मस्जिद कहोगे तो विवाद तो होगा ही।
The central government is to decide within a week.
को बच्चा क्यों कह रहे हो? ये उस वायरस के शिकार हैं जो सरहद पार से फैलाया जा रहा है।
And as the controversy rages on,
अकेले औरंगजेब ने सैकड़ों मंदिर ध्वस्त किए। काशी विश्वनाथ भी उनमें से एक है।
why is a film that brings to the world the truth of how and why 40-year-old Kanhaiya Lal was murdered irking the lobby?
Now, whatever the truth, it must be told. I hope we all agree on that. Freedom of expression is for everyone. I hope we agree on that as well, right? There's a lot of drama right now on whether this film, which is based on the beheading of Udaipur tailor Kanhaiya Lal, must be released or not. Every time there is controversy like this, the other side usually says, have you seen the film? No. If you haven't seen the film, why take a position on it? So I want to ask Talha Amar Rashidi, have you seen the film? If you have not seen the film, and I welcome VHP National Spokesperson Sri Raj Nair, Kasturi Shankar, she's a fiery debater and a political commentator from Hyderabad, and Vivek Srivastava of the CPI. Talha, have you seen the film? If you've not seen the film, why oppose it? Because this brutal beheading must be told. People must remember that some people used religion to carry out a beheading, or misused religion rather. And hence, more information like this comes out, we can educate people about the dangers of a jihadi ideology, ISIS-type ideology, right? So, why stop the release of this film?
A very good evening to everyone on the panel and to your viewers. First of all, it's the Honorable High Court of Delhi that has put a stay on the release of the film, not me or anybody else. The other thing.
Audio.
Films like Udaipur aren't cinema. If we're talking about cinema, films like Udaipur aren't cinema, but they are terminal propaganda.
Okay, I have an audio issue there. I'll come back to you. Hold a minute. I'm going to fix it. I'll get a quick response to what I heard. Yes. Where Kasturi Shankar, where Talha says films like Udaipur Files are not cinema, they are propaganda. Can I get your response to his first point tonight? Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually going to say if films are propaganda, then what about all the films that we were fed on in Bollywood where the villain was always a certain, let's just say it as it is. The villain would come from mainstream Hindu families and the good-hearted saviors would always be minority communities. Was that also propaganda? Because I thought those were films and they were well-meaning films. So we can easily brand any film with an iota of inconvenient truth as propaganda just to name it and hang it. I have two questions, Arnab. First question, Mr. Kapil Sharma, respected senior counsel, appearing for one of the accused, and he is arguing that the accused, Mr. Javed's side has not been, his side of the story has not been properly portrayed. That is their suspicion. What side of the story can the dead guy portray? There is a man whose head got chopped off. I want to know what side story can he say?
There is a legal process
he doesn't
in this
have
country.
a lawyer.
There is a legal
he doesn't have the privilege of the Supreme Court. He doesn't have appeals to go to, revisions to go to. He's got nothing. What kind of, what is this? It doesn't even make sense. And the second question is, Jamiat-e-Islamia Muslim outfits saying it can incite violence. Arnab, I just want to ask the people of India, violence from whom? What kind of violence will it be inciting? If we say that these two monsters who were completely gloating on video about their brutal decapitation, if we make a movie about that and we talk about a man innocent man who was just making clothes, who was stitching, sewing stuff, he died with his head cut off, and we show that in a movie with a little bit of cinematic expression, where exactly is the violence going to come from?
Okay,
Which
Kasturi.
Kasturi,
taking your question forward to Vivek, you see now the logic presented by the accused, Kanhaiya, in the Kanhaiya Lal murder case, the man who has carried out the beheading, he says that release will violate my right to a fair trial. And the movie only shows the prosecution's side. Now my question is that if the killers themselves filmed the beheading and upload the beheading on YouTube, what fair trial secrecy is left to protect when the barbarity of the beheading is broadcast by the killers themselves? How does the movie violate their rights?
Yes.
You have killed someone, you have beheaded the killing, you have uploaded it on social media, and now you're saying, I want to protect my rights.
But
1 minute. Is truth so dangerous
he has a right
that
still.
it must be
Every criminal has a right.
censured to comfort the guilty? Please. If Udaipur Files shows only the prosecution
we have a law in
side,
the
what other side should it show?
We are not a banana republic.
Are you saying the Udaipur Files should show the side of the jihadi killers?
Yeah, so by your logic, the police should have gone, simply shot the two accused and forget about the trial. Already the video had been uploaded. Why do we need the judiciary?
I think you are deliberately.
India runs.
I think you are deliberately trying to mutilate the facts.
A free trial.
1 minute, the trial is on. I am saying. Are you telling me today? 1 minute.
Yeah.
But listen to me.
Yes.
Please listen to me.
Yes.
This is a strange logic. This logic, going by this logic, if Nathuram Godse was alive today, you have to take Nathuram Godse's permission to make a movie on the killing of Mahatma Gandhi. What is this?
No, it is not permitted.
There's no logic here.
To the judiciary, it is a request to the judiciary. He pleaded to the judiciary. And the judiciary said, yes, maybe. So let us temporarily stop it. Are you more intelligent than the judiciary of this nation?
No, it's only, 1 minute. This is not, first of all, the Delhi High Court does not
this movie is Islamophobic.
The Delhi High Court has not stayed the film. The Delhi High Court has not stayed the film.
Yes.
No, it has not. They have only given a temporary stay because the petitioner has not exhausted the remedy of filing a revision under Section 6 of the Cinematograph Act before the central government.
Sir, I respect the decision of the judiciary, whether they ban it or they don't ban it. Let's accept it, number one. Let's not start questioning the judiciary if it doesn't suit us.
Who's questioning the judiciary? I'm questioning you.
There should be a temporary stay. Yes, you are. You are doing trial by media over here.
Oh, trial by media.
Trial by media. It is Islamophobic. It is Islamophobic. It is going to, गरीब मुसलमानों को लोग मारेंगे जगहों पर. Who's will be responsible? Will you be responsible?
Kanhaiya Lal is not a Garib Musalman.
Why spread hate?
Kanhaiya Lal is not a Garib Musalman. He's a Garib Hindu.
What happened was wrong, but let's not.
What happened was wrong. We are very sorry. We're very sorry. Someone cut your head off. थोड़ा गलती हो गई.
Yes, so
थोड़ा गलती हो गई.
was wrong. So what
सर काट दिया, थोड़ी ज्यादा कर दिया.
Retaliation.
मगर सर तन से जुदा कौन बोलते हैं?
नहीं, आप चाहते हैं
चार तन से जुदा कौन बोलते हैं? बताइए तला अमीर रशीदी कौन बोलते हैं?
चार मुसलमानों को मारे. You want that?
Now is that what you want to do? You want to incite the public sentiments against the whole community. You want to incite the entire.
Yes.
You want to edify the whole community. If someone or some black sheep of a particular community has done something wrong, and the whole community condemns it, still you want to incite riots against a particular committee. You want to incite.
No. Why would one do that? One minute. Who has said? One minute. Tala. Listen. Tala. First of all, I have not made the film. I don't want to do anything. I am having a TV news program on it.
Why, if you are a sensible journalist, if you are a sensible citizen, if you are a civilized citizen, you will boycott the movie because it's a social responsibility.
Achha, if I don't agree with you, I'm uncivilized. If I don't agree with you, I become uncivilized. Listen to me.
No. Why do you want to criminalize the situation?
Okay, I'll give you a counter view. Tala, can I give you counter view? Sriraj is also there.
You politicize their pain. What do you get from that? Who gets from that?
Tala, thank you. Tala, see. Tala, understand the facts here. Tala, see. I am a great believer. I am a great believer in non-fiction. I believe that the cinema in this country will do a great service to the country if it tells the true story. So I am a supporter of Sabarmati Express, Kerala story. Right? I am a supporter.
Why don't you support the Gujarat Files? What about the Gujarat Files?
I have not seen, so I can't support. I am a supporter. I am even a supporter of Richard Attenborough's Gandhi. Do I believe it lionized Gandhi more than it needed to? Gandhi, in my view, was not as spotless. Gandhi, I will tell you the truth. I will tell you the truth now. Tala, don't shout.
Have you seen Udaipur Files?
Tala, I have not seen Udaipur Files, but I will go and see it.
I am going by your logic. Why are you supporting Udaipur Files?
Okay, that'll tell you why. I'll tell. But will you finish your question? You finish your question or not?
I am done with my question.
Thank you. Then be quiet. No, then you reply. I can't reply with you talking like this. Have you finished your question?
Okay.
Thank you. Now, I will call Sriraj and then I will answer your question before that, right? Let me hear from Sriraj. My only point is, see, if something bad has been done, it must not happen again in the future, right, Sriraj? People must be aware of what happens when a slogan like Sar Tan Se Juda becomes a reality in our country. Because when people say, I'm talking to Sriraj, please. He's been quiet for 20 minutes. See, when people say Sar Tan Se Juda, we believe, oh, it's just a threat. But it's not just a threat, it has happened. I need to tell the people of my country, we need to tell the people of our country, you must not have this feeling, this hatred. Sar Tan Se Juda is not, there's a law in this country. Ye desh, इस देश में सर तन से जुदा कभी नहीं होगा. जैसे कि इस देश में गजवा हिंद कभी नहीं होगी. इस देश में गजवा हिंद कभी नहीं होगी. Now,
why don't you talk about?
I am against all threats. I am against all threats. But now
ask him to just shut up.
No, 1 minute. Sriraj.
For 20 minutes, ask him to just shut up.
No, 1 minute. No abuse. One ground rule out here. One ground rule. Sriraj, you know me. 1 minute. Sriraj, you know me. We will not have any abuse. We will not have any attack. We will not have any attack on anyone else's faith. But we have a right to put our own point of view. Sriraj.
I haven't started also.
Okay.
Where did I abuse?
Tala.
The biggest threat this nation is posing is selective activists like Vivek. Now look at, you are showing on a screen these two jihadi monsters flaunting their knives after butchering an innocent poor man. And now this man, Tala or whoever, he is saying this is a propaganda film. They called Kerala story a propaganda film, Kashmir Files a propaganda film, and this has been seen. The way Kasab was seen, right, left and center, shooting innocent people. These jihadi elements are posing a biggest danger. And there is, in this nation, there is freedom of speech, there is freedom of creative cinema. Why are they stopping? Why are they worried about? And on that fateful day, this Rahmani was there. He provoked Udaipur Sharma. If she has said anything wrong, we live in a civilized society, not in a storage. There could have been debate.
Okay. Shiraj. See.
Gang.
1 minute. Shiraj, 1 minute. Shiraj and Tala. अभी हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं यश साहू कन्हैया लाल जी के बेटे हैं। यश, मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है?
जी बिल्कुल, आपकी आवाज़ आ रही है।
जी देखिए, आपने इस फिल्म को जो बनाई गई है, आपके पिताजी के जो दुखद घटना हुई उसके बारे में, अब ये फिल्म पर बहुत कंट्रोवर्सी हो गई है। लोग कह रहे हैं कि देखिए ये सब कोर्ट का मामला है, ये सब मामले अभी पब्लिक में, इस पर पिक्चरें नहीं बननी चाहिए। आपका क्या कहना है? जो लोग कह रहे हैं इस फिल्म को रोकी जानी चाहिए, आपका क्या कहना है उस पर?
जी सर, मुझे ये इस चीज़ के लिए यही कहना है कि लगभग उस बात को हो गए 3 साल। 28 जून 2022 से ये जो 28 जून गया है 2025 का, उसमें 3 साल हो गए केस को। ये केस में कुछ भी नहीं हुआ। केस फास्ट ट्रैक में भी नहीं लिया गया, ना ही केस क्या कहते NIA की स्पेशल कोर्ट बिठा के लिया जा रहा है, ना उसमें डे बाई डे हियरिंग हो रही है। पर जब एक मूवी आती है दिखाने के लिए कि मेरे पिताजी के साथ क्या हुआ था 3 साल पहले, ठीक है, जो कि लोग भूल चुके हैं कि 3 साल पहले क्या हुआ था, है ना। उस मूवी में किसी कम्युनल हार्मनी को नहीं दिखाया गया है, वो किसी भी तरह किसी भी कम्युनिटी को या हार्म नहीं करती। उसमें बस आतंकवादियों के खिलाफ दिखाया गया है, जो कि आतंकवाद उस समय मेरे पिताजी के साथ हुआ था। जिस तरीके से 2 पाकिस्तानियों ने साजिश रची और इंडिया में स्लीपर सेल तैयार करके मेरे पिताजी के साथ ये किया, तो कहीं ना कहीं मतलब बहुत दुख की बात है कि एक हकीकत जो देश के सामने आना चाहती है उसको किसी तरह रोक दिया जाता है। उसकी कल रिलीज थी, उसको भी रोक दिया गया। हाँ?
इस पर 1 मिनट मैं तला को इनवाइट करूंगा। हमारी दूसरी तरफ से तला अमीर रशीदी है, ये राष्ट्रीय उलमा काउंसिल के प्रवक्ता है, और उनका कहना है कि पिक्चर रिलीज नहीं होनी चाहिए। अब इन्होंने बहुत बड़ी बात कही, तला इन्होंने कही, मैं अंग्रेजी में बताता हूँ इनको, हिंदी में, दोनों में। इन्होंने कहा दैट द केस इज ड्रैगिंग। अब कितनी दुख की बात है कि इनके पिताजी को किस तरह से मारा गया, पूरी चीज़ रिकॉर्ड की गई, यूट्यूब में डाला गया, और इतने तथ्य होने के बाद भी केस पे तारीख चल रही। मगर पिक्चर जब रिलीज होने वाली इसके तथ्यों को दिखाने के लिए, इमीडिएटली देश के सबसे बड़े लॉयर आके कहते हैं इट शुड बी स्टॉप। शिराज, यू आर सेइंग समथिंग?
Let me respond. You quoted me. Allow me to respond first.
See the audacity of these people. A boy who lost his father, and in the kind of listen, when you were speaking, I was not at all talking at all. The way the man, poor innocent man, was butchered, and these people, how you people are all backing this kind of jihadi terrorism?
He is supporting that.
You should have the audacity and say, yes, there has to be freedom. This is creative freedom. Let people know.
Okay, how much time? Okay, let Tala respond now. Shiraj, let Tala respond to you now. One sec. Let Tala respond to you. Tala, see, look at it from his point of view. He says, my father is killed, the case is going on, these people don't want the truth to come out. ये गलत हो रहा है।
बिल्कुल। मैं सबसे पहले यश भाई के साथ अपनी सहानुभूति व्यक्त करता हूँ।
सहानुभूति नहीं चाहिए इनको।
अरे बोल तो लेने दीजिए ना।
अब सहानुभूति देंगे तो इनके पिताजी वापस आएंगे क्या? हर बात पे मैंने सांत्वना दे दी, मैंने सहानुभूति दे दी।
अरे बात पूरी करने दीजिए ना, बात पूरी करने दीजिए, उसके बाद बोलिएगा, उनको भी बोलने दीजिए। मैं यश से बात कर रहा हूँ ना, मेरे छोटे भाई से बात कर रहा हूँ। यश, आपके साथ आपके पिताजी के जो साथ हुआ, मैं उस पर दुख प्रकट करता हूँ, और मैं सख्त से सख्त।
आपके पिताजी के साथ जो हुआ उनका सर तन से जुदा हुआ, क्या बात कर रहे हैं? जो हुआ, आप ऐसे बात कर रहे हैं जैसे पैर में मोच लग गई। डोंट अंडरप्ले। आपके पिताजी के साथ जो हुआ ये कहते हैं आप, जो हुआ, बिहेडिंग हैपेंड, यू कॉल इट जो हुआ। ये किस तरह की लैंग्वेज है? जो हुआ आपके पिताजी के साथ जो हुआ।
सिर्फ अपनी राजनीति चमकाएंगे, आपकी पीड़ा से ये लोग राजनीतिक लाभ उठाएंगे।
राजनीतिक लाभ नहीं है भाई, सच्चाई है।
3 सालों से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार है, पर आपको न्याय नहीं दिला पाए।
आप ये फिल्म क्यों रोक रहे हैं? ये सच्चाई तो वीडियो में रखी गई है।
डरते क्यों?
1 मिनट।
उनका बेनामी से कत्ल किया है, उनको सख्त से सख्त सजा मिलनी चाहिए। मैं आपके साथ कहता हूँ, उन्हें फांसी की मांग करता हूँ।
आप उनके पिताजी के साथ जो हुआ आप कह रहे क्या हुआ बताइए, बताइए ना क्या हुआ, बोल नहीं पा रहे।
ये बीएचपी विश्व हिंदू परिषद के लोग, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग आपके दुख पर सिर्फ राजनीति करेंगे और मगरमच्छ के आंसू छलकाएंगे, आपको न्याय नहीं मिल पाएंगे।
आप कह रहे हैं इनके बेटे के मगरमच्छ के आंसू हैं।
ये जान लीजिए, ये लोग सिर्फ अपनी
शर्म करो, शर्म। ये जिहादी आतंकवाद को आपका संरक्षण है।
एक मिनट शिराजवान में कस्तूरी आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे? मैं यश को आमंत्रित, यश कुछ कहना चाहेंगे इनको? आप यश कुछ कहना चाहेंगे इनको? क्या आपको सहानुभूति की जरूरत है क्या न्याय की जरूरत है? आपको सहानुभूति क्या चाहिए कि इंसाफ चाहिए?
मुझे किसी भी तरह की सहानुभूति की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, मुझे इंसाफ चाहिए जो कि मुझे 3 साल से नहीं मिला। और जब एक मूवी उस चीज को बताने के लिए आ रही है ना, तब जमीते उलेमा हिंद आ जाता है उसके बीच, और देश का सबसे बड़ा वकील आ जाता है उसके बीच, है ना। और जिस चीज का डिसीजन 3 साल से नहीं हुआ, मूवी का जो 3 दिन पहले केस दायर हुआ उसका डिसीजन है कि मूवी पे रोक लगती है। वाह।
आप कपिल सिब्बल को क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
सरकारों से
जी मुझे नहीं पता उनका क्या नाम है, पर यही कहना चाहूंगा कि जो हकीकत देश देखना चाहता है आतंकवादियों के खिलाफ है, ना कि किसी कम्युनिटी के खिलाफ। उन्होंने भी मूवी देखी है, वो भी अच्छी तरीके से जानते हैं उसमें क्या दिखाया गया है।
यश भैया, माई सिंपैथीज टू यू ऑल्सो। मैं भी चाहती हूँ जैसे इतने लोग जो भी इसको देख रहे हैं, इंडिया के सारे लोग आपके साथ हैं, और वैसे गुजरे हुए आपके पिताजी के साथ भी है। टोटली नोबडी सिंपैथी सिंपैथी की बात ही उठती नहीं। इट इज अबाउट इंसाफ, but it's more than that. I think it's a movie. As Yash Bhaiya just pointed out, there has been more movement in the respected honorable courts of India.
नहीं ये मैं वही कह रहा हूँ ना कि जब मेरे पिताजी की हत्या हुई तब कहा गया था, ये जमीते उलेमा हिंद कहा गए थे, मौलाना मदनी है, उस समय ये खड़े नहीं हुए कि ये गलत हुआ, ये जो वीडियो वायरल हुए इन पे बैन लगे, ठीक है, उन अपराधियों को सजा मिले, वो नहीं। पर जब एक मूवी आती है तो खड़े होते हैं।
गलत हुआ, यश आपके साथ।
एक मिनट, तो कहा थे उस समय जमीते उलेमा हिंद कहा था।
यश बोलिए।
आपके साथ था, डिबेट देखिए।
नहीं कहा था, बोलिए ना आप जवाब दीजिए उस चीज का। आप बोल रहे हैं कि सहानुभूति जताते हैं, पर कहाँ थे आप उस समय बताइए?
अरे उस वक्त भी था, आप देखिए।
क्या 3 साल हो गए उस चीज को, तब आप क्यों नहीं खड़े हुए?
में आवाज उठाई थी आज से 3 साल पहले, जब ये घटना हुई थी, इसी चैनल पे बैठकर मैंने कंडेम किया था न्याय में।
अरे छोड़िए, आप अभी भी बोल रहे हैं केस खींच रही है।
आपके कंधे पे बंदूक रखकर ये लोग देश में नफरत की आग फैलाना चाहते हैं। ये न्याय
नफरत की आग तो ये फैलाना चाहते हैं जिन्होंने कन्हैया लाल के साथ जो ये किया, उनके बारे में नहीं बोलेंगे आप, मगर जिन्होंने पिक्चर बनाए उनको बोल रहे वो नफरत फैलाना चाहते हैं। यश जानेंगे ना कि नफरत फैलाना चाहते हैं कि नहीं चाहते। यश कुछ कहिए। यश
नहीं मैं कहूंगा ना,
बोलिए आपकी आवाज
ना, वो मैंने देखी है ना, वो मूवी हमसे कंसर्न करके बनाई गई है, उसमें सब कुछ आतंकवाद के खिलाफ था, ना कि आपकी किसी कम्युनिटी के खिलाफ, ना किसी धर्म के खिलाफ, है ना।
अरे आप अभी नहीं समझ पा रहे हैं, आप चीजों को नहीं समझ पा रहे। अभी आप
क्या बोल रहे हैं? चीजों को नहीं समझ पा रहे? ये इनके बेटे हैं, चीजों को नहीं समझ पा रहे। इनसे अच्छा कौन समझेगा?
समझ लीजिए,
इनसे ज्यादा अच्छा कौन समझेगा जो उनके पिताजी को खो चुके हैं? ये
भाई आपकी दर्द, आपकी पीड़ा को मैं महसूस कर रहा हूँ, मुझे बहुत तकलीफ है।
दर्द नहीं, गुस्सा है इन्हें।
देश का हर
यश को दर्द नहीं, गुस्सा है।
भारतीय आपके साथ खड़ा है, आपके साथ इस लड़ाई में हम सब आपके साथ।
अगर एक सेकंड अगर वो खड़े होते ना तो शायद जिस तरीके से आज मूवी पे रोक लगी है ना, अपराधियों को फांसी मिल गई होती। अगर कपिल सिब्बल मेरे केस में खड़े होते तो क्या फांसी नहीं मिली होती? बताइए उनको।
अरे तो आप जो सरकार में उनसे सवाल करेंगे ना कि क्यों नहीं न्याय मिला अभी तक। जो वहाँ पे मंत्री है, जो वहाँ पे मुख्यमंत्री है, जो सांसद है आपके, जो जिनकी सरकार है भारतीय जनता पार्टी, आप सवाल उनसे करेंगे कि आप मुसलमानों से सवाल करेंगे? नहीं,
ये बात कर रहे हैं कि अगर कपिल सिब्बल उनके साथ होते, वैसे कपिल सिब्बल की रिकॉर्ड अच्छी नहीं है, मगर वो जीत जाते केस।
दर्द बिल्कुल जायज है कि न्याय क्यों नहीं मिला?
नहीं, मगर ये क्या बात, मगर ये सवाल भी सही है यश कि सरकार क्या कर रही है। सरकार को भी ऐसे प्रॉब्लम्स में सरकार भी प्रॉब्लम हमारे देश में नेता पे केस होती है। नेता, अगर कोई नेता के फैमिली के साथ भगवान न करे ऐसा होता तो केस पे तारीख नहीं होती, मगर एक सामान्य मध्यम वर्ग परिवार के कोई बेटा वहां पे बोल रहा है जिसका नाम यश है, वो कह रहा है कि मेरे लिए न्याय कहाँ है। जब ये पूरा हादसा हुआ उस समय सबने बात कही, 1-2 महीने के लिए इस पर डिस्कशन हुई और उसके बाद इस परिवार को अकेला छोड़ा गया कि जाओ लड़ो, इंसाफ मांगो और फिर तारीख पे तारीख मिलेगी। ये भी तो
वही तो कह रहा हूं मैं, बड़े ही आश्चर्य की बात है कि 3 साल से सब सबूत होने के बावजूद, वीडियो गवाह होने के बावजूद खुद आरोपी कबूलता है कि मैंने किया है, ठीक है, और मैं और भी करूंगा, इस तरीके की बात वो बोलता है, ठीक है, तो भी सजा नहीं होती और जस्ट 3 दिन की
जिम्मेदारी
पिटीशन होती है, उसकी वजह से रोक लग जाती है।
यश लेंगे क्या? कौन लेगा? इस पिक्चर से दंगे फैले, मुसलमानों को मारा गया, जो
कैसे दंगे फैलेंगे?
तो उसकी जिम्मेदारी यश आप लोगे? कौन लेगा यहाँ पर?
कैसे
कौन लेगा जिम्मेदारी? यहाँ बैठ करके आपके पिताजी के साथ जो हुआ सबको अफसोस है।
एक सेकंड मैं कुछ बोलना चाहूंगा।
वॉल्यूम डाउन। यश बोलिए।
जब मेरे पिताजी को मारा था, उन लोगों ने मारा था, तो आपने ली थी क्या उसकी जिम्मेदारी? कौन लेगा बताइए? देश में कौन लेगा उसकी जिम्मेदारी?
नहीं, हमने
बताइए,
कंडेम किया था,
ले रहा है,
हमने कंडेम किया था, जो हुआ गलत हुआ।
कंडेम किया था,
कंडेम करने से हो गया क्या? मेरे पिताजी वापस आ गए क्या?
हम ऐसे ही
इनके पिताजी वापस आ जाएंगे। इनके पिताजी की उम्र सिर्फ 40 साल की थी। सिर्फ 40 साल के कन्हैया लाल को एक सोशल मीडिया पोस्ट के कारण सर तन से जुदा हो गया। आप कह रहे हमें सहानुभूति है और बेटा आके बोल रहा है मेरे प्रोग्राम पे 3 साल से मैं ठोकरे खा रहा हूं, मेरे को तारीख नहीं मिल रही, हमें न्याय नहीं मिल रहा है, और आज पिक्चर निकलने वाली है इस पे, तो ये कह रहे मैं पिक्चर का समर्थन करता हूं क्योंकि मैं चाहता हूं भारत के लोग सच्चाई देखें, और आपने बड़े बड़े वकीलों को भेज दिया कि रोक दीजिए सच्चाई को।
बैन होना चाहिए। हाँ, सच्चाई और भी बहुत सारी हैं। सच्चाइयां ये भी है कि बहुत से मुसलमान,
सच्चाई ये भी है कि कश्मीर फाइल्स आप नहीं दिखाना चाहते थे शिराज नायर। सच्चाई ये भी है कि आप कश्मीर फाइल्स में हो, साबरमती एक्सप्रेस हो, उदयपुर फाइल्स हो, है ना, हर पिक्चर को आप ब्लॉक करना चाहते हैं। आप कहते हैं अल्पसंख्यकों के खिलाफ है।
वैसे तो ना कोर्ट ने अभी तक 3 साल हो गए हैं ना, हमारे साथ तो न्याय नहीं किया, और जब एक मूवी आ रही है तो उसके साथ भी न्याय।
from the truth. How long? These are not propaganda films. These films are based on lot of research and research done by intellectuals. Oh, and this film, this boy is sitting here who has lost his father. Now, selective activists like Vivek, it's a shame. It's a shame of Vivek. I don't know who pays you and from where you are getting paid to be a anti-Hindu like this. And this kind of
that the BJP can benefit.
And they are given just order by
कन्हैया लाल के बेटे यश से कुछ कहना चाहूंगा। यश मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
हाँ जी,
यश देखिए, मैं आपको बताता हूं कि ये जो पिक्चर है इसको किसी ने रोक नहीं लगाई अभी तक, है ना। इसमें सिर्फ एक धारा के अंतर्गत कई दिनों के लिए इसका विलंब हुआ है और इसको ब्लॉक नहीं किया गया है। तो मुझे उम्मीद है ये फिल्म आएगी, सामने आएगी, लोग देखेंगे और फिर डिसाइड करेंगे कि सच्चाई क्या है, नहीं है। और आपको तारीख पे तारीख नहीं मिले, इसके लिए भी हम अभियान आपके साथ हैं। पता नहीं सरकार और राजनीतिक पार्टीज क्या करती है, मगर हम आपके साथ हैं। आपको सहानुभूति की जरूरत नहीं है, और ये डरे हुए नहीं है यश, इनमें गुस्सा है तला, इन्हें आपकी सहानुभूति की जरूरत नहीं है, न्याय और इंसाफ की जरूरत है। जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. To the other big story today, which just happened around 7 o'clock, where we got visuals of comedian Kapil Sharma's Café attacked in Canada's Surrey. NIA's most wanted Khalistani terrorists claimed responsibility for the attack. Yet another proof that Khalistani elements, for all but being said, are still being fostered and cultivated in Canada. Here are the details, and then we debate.
At first glance, it appears to be a video of shooting practice. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots. But this isn't shooting practice. It's Cap's Café, Indian comedian Kapil Sharma's newly opened restaurant in Canada, Surrey, targeted by Khalistanis with multiple gunshots. This cafe was inaugurated just a few days ago in Canada's British Columbia. In this video, The attacker can be seen sitting in the front seat of a car and emptying a full magazine of a Glock-like handheld pistol. Watch the video again. The most brazen aspect of the attack is that Harjeet Singh Laddi, a wanted terrorist linked to the banned Khalistani outfit Babbar Khalsa International, also features in India's most wanted list of the NIA, has openly claimed responsibility for the attack on Canadian soil. It's just been a few hours since the attack, pending an investigation. But reports suggest that Laddi, the wanted Babbar Khalsa terrorist, has cited offensive remarks on Nihang Sikhs during the Kapil Sharma show as the motive behind the attack. This firing incident has once again brought to light the deteriorating law and order situation in Canada and the free run to Khalistanis in this country. Surrey, where the firing took place, is the focal point of the Canadian Khalistani activity, with even Hardeep Singh Nijjar linked organizations working actively in this city. Earlier this year in April, a Hindu temple, the Sri Lakshmi Narayana Mandir in Surrey, was vandalized with Khalistani graffiti by pro-Khalistani groups. Just last month, Canadian intelligence CSIS had concluded that Khalistani extremists were continuing to use Canada as a base to promote, fundraise and plan violence against India. With the targeting of a prominent television personality in India, with this firing incident, will Canada finally wake up to the threat to international security it has long fostered? Will the new Prime Minister in Canada, Mark Carney, act or walk the garden path like his predecessor, Justin Trudeau?
Okay, we have 4 views tonight. General Bakshi, Raman Malik, Rajdev Singh Khalsa and Advocate Anmol Pawar of the Aam Aadmi Party. He's a former MP of the Shiromani Akali Dal, Akal Takht. Rajdev Singh Khalsa, your first thoughts on this? Your first thoughts on this? ये जो खालिस्तानी अटैक हुई है कपिल शर्मा के कैफे पर, कपिल शर्मा के कैफे पर, रेस्टोरेंट पर ये जो अटैक हुई है ना, इसमें तो इनोसेंट लोग बैठे होंगे अंदर, बाहर से गोली मारना, किस तरह की बुज़दिली है ये?
देखिए, इसमें बात ये है कि जो गोलीबारी हुई है, कहीं भी हिंसा होती है, उसकी कोई जो सभ्य इंसान है उसकी हमायत नहीं कर सकता, परंतु एट द सेम टाइम उसी वक्त ये भी सोचना पड़ेगा कि जब हरदीप सिंह निज्जर की हत्या हुई थी और जब अवतार सिंह ठंडा की हत्या हुई थी, तो उस समय इतना प्रोटेस्ट और कंडेमनेशन नहीं की गई जितनी ये अब करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। देखिए, जब जो ये है पत्रकारी है, जर्नलिस्ट हैं, जर्नलिज्म है, तो सभी जो भी हिंसा होती है उसको जो है उसकी निंदा करनी बहुत आवश्यक है। यदि ऐसी बात नहीं होती है, एक बात की तो बहुत ज्यादा निंदा की जाती है, दूसरी बातों को जो अटैक भी नहीं किया जाता। तो
एक मिनट, आप इसको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं इस अटैक को एक तरह से। मैं रमन मलिक जी से रिस्पॉन्ड करने को कहूंगा। रमन मलिक,
देखिए, ये एसजीपीसी का एक हिडन एजेंडा है। एसजीपीसी से जुड़े हुए मूलता लोग सारे के सारे ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੇ एक खालिस्तानी मूवमेंट तो जुड़े हुए हैं, वो अपने आप ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਉਣ ਲਈ एक खालिस्तानी मूवमेंट ਦਾ ਪਾਸਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ। They are all hands in glove with it. You must realize this Babbar Khalsa is the same outfit जिससे डर के जर्नैल सिंह भिंडरनवाला जो थे वो जाके अरबंदा साहब में छुपे थे। ये बब्बर खालसा वही आउटपुट है जिससे डर के जर्नैल सिंह भिंडरनवाला छुपे थे। जिस तरीके से पंजाब के अंदर कुछ निहंग सिख मर्यादा छोड़ के नशों में पड़ के गुंडागर्दी करते हैं और एसडीपीसी उस पर भी चुप रहती है, ये उसका एक स्वरूप है। दिस इज द रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट। The main culprit of the problem in Punjab is SGPC not coming forward, not going on the path shown by the Guru. And today is Guru Purnima, mind it. Gurus have shown us the path. Panch Baniya karni, निमाना रहना, नीचे अपने आप को समझना, be docile, be courteous. That was what Guru told us. But they are not doing that. And you must understand, these people are Pakistani aided, these Khalistanis are basically...
Anmol, the Aam Aadmi Party has been surprisingly quiet on this attack. Why is that?
Arnab ji, we are on your show, but it's the Bharatiya Janata Party which is silent on this attack. Kapil Sharma is a name which brings smile across India. He's a cultural icon, son of Punjab, and one of the most respected comedians of our country. And yet, this national figure was attacked by the terrorists. Brazenly, his restaurant was attacked. But what followed was not action, but silence by the central government. You might have noticed recent incident in Abohar where the BJP's double standards.
What about the state government, sir? What about the Punjab government?
Let me
Don't they believe the Khalistani threat is real?
No, they do not have the guts, they do not have the spine to stand against these Khalistani. Even in Punjab, having full government power, full police force, they cannot stand against them. They cannot utter a word against them.
Okay.
I will ask them, when the Nehang Sikhs, some limited portion of Nehang Sikhs, who act like gundas and act deterrent to the constitution, they do not, they do not follow the constitution and they start killing, hitting people. Why is there...
Okay, let him respond to you, sir. We have limited time. Anmol, please complete.
Arnab ji, ये बीच में इंटरप्ट किया जाएगा बार-बार, देख लीजिएगा आप, because they know that they are getting exposed. Recently, day before yesterday, a prominent businessman of Punjab was attacked, and listen to what Manjinder Singh Sirsa said. He was supporting the gangsters which were killed in self-defense by the Punjab police within 2 days. This incident shocked the conscience of Punjab, but on the other hand, it was the Bharatiya Janata Party who publicly sympathized with the gangsters. Listen to what Manjinder Singh Sirsa said. Just a minute.
I can't hear that. And in any case, let's move to General Bakshi.
They are ये gangster को मावादे पुत बता रहे हैं और gangsters के साथ खड़े हैं. They are the ones who are supporting the gangsters in Sabarmati jail. The gangsters are operating with impunity from the BJP's jail in Gujarat. And instead of empowering the law enforcement, BJP leaders are demonizing the police and glorifying the criminals.
I would like to bring a strategic perspective to this discussion by bringing in General Bakshi. General G.D. Bakshi, this happens after the meeting of the Prime Minister at the last G20. At the last G7 meeting, the Prime Minister was in Canada and he met the Canadian Prime Minister. We believed that there would be action. Concern was expressed. But if things are happening so brazenly, what does it reflect?
No, it reflects the collusion of the state authorities in Canada in trying to prop up these terror groups, in trying to give them diplomatic shelter. They had huge political support with the previous administration. But even with the change of administration, nothing much seems to have changed. Look at this brazen attack. This man pulls out a Glock pistol and blazes away. He's blazing away at that restaurant. Where is the police? Where is the Canadian Mounted Police? Where are the authorities? Where is law and order in Canada? They are supposed to provide protection to all their citizens. They can't have a Wild West out there with anybody pulling out a pistol, a gun, and blazing away, shooting away like this. After all, they are a civilized nation state. They have to conform to civilized standards of conduct and behavior. You know, when their own people were killed in the Kanishka tragedy, so far that case hasn't been solved. Nobody has been punished in Canada when the bulk of the people were, Khalistani, Khalsa citizens of Canadian origin. They've done nothing to bring them to justice.
And जो Brampton है, General Bakshi,
take action.
ये जो Brampton and Surrey, these places, this has become a hub. ये Brampton और Surrey में, राजदेव सिंह जी, ये खालिस्तानियों का गढ़ बन चुका है. क्या इस तरह की फीलिंग दी जा रही है कि कोई भी भारतीय वहाँ पे कोई बिजनेस करे, कोई रेस्टोरेंट खोले, तो उन पर अटैक होगी? हिंदुओं पर अटैक हुई है वहाँ पे, हिंदू सभा मंदिर पर अटैक हुई है ब्रैम्पटन में, सरी में. तो आप हमेशा कहते हैं, आप कह रहे हैं हम इसका समर्थन नहीं करते, बट आप इमीडिएटली नेक्स्ट लाइन पे कहते हैं क्या निज्जर पे जब अटैक हुई तब किसी ने कुछ बोला? भाई निज्जर आतंकवादी था, कपिल शर्मा आतंकवादी नहीं है। इस पे आपको फर्क नहीं दिख रही है क्या?
देखिए, ये तो आपकी डेफिनेशन है।
हाँ, तो आपकी डेफिनेशन क्या है?
One can define the terrorist.
But you are an Indian citizen. You've been a member of the Indian Parliament. How can you take that kind of view, sir? You can't be so opportunist. You have been a member of Parliament. You have
no, you should not advise me. I should advise you that you should not prepare the ground for the violence. In fact, you are trying to put something in the mouth of the other person.
No, but you said you are against violence.
It is not the problem, not the region, not the anything. When one is using the word Gunga or Nihansits are not the Gunga.
No, but Mr. Rajdev Singh ji, I'll tell you one thing. You can't say on the one side I am against violence and then indirectly provide a justification for the violence at the same time.
You are trying to prepare the ground for the violence. And when one is trying to prepare the ground for
violence... Who's
violence,
preparing any ground for violence out here, sir? Kapil Sharma is a comedian. Kapil Sharma is a comedian. Kapil Sharma is a comedian. If you have a problem with what he has said, and I'll close it here 1 second. If you have a problem with what you have said, there is a way to go to courts or to go to the police and deal with it. There's a process. You can't take a pistol and shoot at his restaurant.
I can debate here in your channel. Why should I go to court? You should go to the court. You are not going to the court.
No, but if anybody has a problem with what he has said, they can go to a court in Canada and seek. Okay, now I'll close it at that. Okay, Raman Malik and Rajdev Singh Khalsa, I thank you. General Bakshi and Advocate Anmol Pawar, I thank you. This is a very concerning attack today that we've seen. And ladies and gentlemen, when I'm back, we have so many details of the conversion factory. The UP anti-terror squad has got details of the conversion factory of self-styled fraud godman Changur Baba that will shock you when I'm back.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
Where the software engineer meets the cool UI UX designer, meets the gifted content writer. To create the big dream, the world comes together at Sharda University. So where are you?
I don't know, we get a lot of thrown at us by Putin, for you want to know the truth. He's very nice all the time, but it turns out to be meaningless.
Donald Trump hurled abusive language at Putin after his cabinet meeting. He defended the supply of arms to Zelensky. Hours later, Putin moved into fifth gear, pounding. Russia pounded Ukraine's capital with another mass missile and drone attack overnight into Thursday, causing...
The reason we've launched the Nationalist Collective is because we believe it is time now for a group of ideologically driven Indians to drive the destiny of our country. For far too long, people who have had interests inimical to national interest have held sway. We need to put nationalism first, nation first. The Nationalist Collective is a very clear and sharp movement, presents the spirit of a new India which stands by what is right, does what is right, and raises its voice for what is right. Remember, this country is safe only if it is in the hands of nationalists. This country will grow only if nation first becomes our principal motto, where the only ism that matters is nationalism. Join the Nationalist Collective. It is going to be the largest non-political movement in this country.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Amity has been ranked amongst the top 3% universities globally, a testimony to Amity's globally benchmarked quality.
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ, डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
And time now for the nation's sharpest opinion. And you talk about conversion. And there are some people who in this country say, what conversion? There has never been conversion. Forcible conversion, in my view, includes conversion by inducement. Because then you are trying to take advantage of people who may be poor, impoverished, dispossessed, marginalized. And you take advantage of those circumstances, offer them inducement, and then try to convert them. So conversion by force includes conversion by inducement. And in this case, what's happening in the case of Changur Baba? Why are we talking about Changur Baba? Who is Changur Baba, ladies and gentlemen? Changur Baba is one of the kingpins of the conversion industry that is ongoing in this country. And I appeal to everyone, including members of the Nationalist Collective, to take a very strong view against those people who are leading the conversion industry in this country. They are dangerous people. They are bad people. They have ill intent. They are making money by forcing people to change their religion. This man Changur Baba's capture, the capture of Changur Baba by the Yogi Adityanath government and the mega bulldozer approach of the very popular Yogi Adityanath is proof of the fact that the conversion industry is real. You can't be in denial about it. I know that there are going to be pseudo-secular people who will tell you, do not listen to Republic. This is not true. It's all wrong. It's not true. But the reality is they know that this man, Changur Baba, converted conservatively 1,500 people. He used to target Hindu women through coercion and inducement across multiple states. He had this whole, he's like an octopus controlling this ring. And there are 500 conversions under the scanner, thousands more. In his bank accounts, 106 crore rupees, mainly through foreign donations. So foreign countries were giving him money, which he was receiving through not 1, not 2, not 10, but 40 bank accounts linked to his conversion network. More facts are coming in. He lured poor, backward Hindu families with false promises of money, miracles and help, forcing conversion. He got massive amounts of wealth. His bungalow was spread over 3 bighas. It was valued in multiple crores. He had lots of foreign dogs, foreign horses, exotic foreign breeds, posh lives. There are even reports he used to travel by chartered planes. Changur Baba